These are 25 books I read in 2025. This should be a ranking video, but it was actually so hard for me to put like top 5 that I'm just going based off my general favorites of the year, but just because one is at number 1 doesn't mean it was the overall best, so just keep that in mind. But let's get started. I actually read, I think, 31, maybe, I think it's about to be 33 books. I'm reading 2 books right now that I am definitely finishing before New Year's. So they are actually included in this list because I can already tell they would have made the top 25. And it's not hard to choose 25 when I only read like 30 something. If I had read 50, I think that this decision would have been way harder. I went old school and I actually have a handwritten list of the top 25, so let's start going down it. Actually, at number 1, I put Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. This is the last book in the Throne of Glass series. I just think it was a great ending to the series. Cried, laughed. I was happy with this ending. Since I love the series overall, I just felt like this had to have its number 1 spot. Staying in the same series but going out of order of the reading order is Assassin's Blade. This is the second book in the Throne of Glass series. This one was my next favorite, so we'll just say this was number 2. Next of my favorites was Heir of Fire. This one, I can't remember all of them, but I know for sure that this one was really good. In such a big book series like this, I feel like everything merges together at a point, so I don't exactly remember what this one was about. I don't know, this one was really good. I remember that. Okay. This is number 4, but I just read the back, and I think I need to reread this whole series because why did I forget everything? Even me reading the back of it, I'm really confused with the synopsis. I was like, that happened? But I know this one was good. It's up there. Next up is Crown of Midnight. Now we're getting more into just finishing off the series, so even though the whole series was good, we're getting more into like my less and less favorites. Next up, of course, the first book, Throne of Glass, because I feel like you always have to give credit to the book that got you into the series. And I'm not saying this book is bad. Actually, I loved this book. It was just as you progress in the series, I found more favorites. And then was Empire of Storms. I think this was meant to be number 4 and Heir of Fire was number 3. Like I swapped the 2 and then I just forgot to actually do it. Empire of Storms, this is the only book I put a tab in. Just remembered who is in this book and I love this couple, maybe soon to be couple. So I remember why I like this. Last on my ranking for the Throne of Glass series would definitely be Tower of Dawn. I think this one was just about Chaol and him at Torre Chesme. The Torre Chesme, him there. And it was just a little split off story and it was good. But this is a lot of pages for all that. So that's why this was not my favorite one. The next 2 on my list I do not have physically, but it was House of Sky and Breath and House of Flame and Shadow, the second and third book in the Crescent City series. I don't know if you can see it, but oops. Okay. I have the Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood, the first book. But the other ones were so big, I just decided to audiobook them, and they are beautiful. I was even in between putting like the Throne of Glass series underneath Crescent City because I love Crescent City. I would choose Crescent City over Throne of Glass over ACOTAR because the world building and the twist, so good. So yeah, House of Sky and Breath is definitely, if we're not going by series, I would say House of Sky and Breath is like number 2 under Kingdom of Ash. Don't come for me, but it was such a good book. Next up, I forget why I read this. I think I was just like, get it over with, but I ended up really enjoying it. So coming in at number, what are we even at now? At number 11 in the list is Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I put off reading this book for so long and I'm really upset that I did because it is so good. So, number 11, and then as you can guess, number 12, The Wicked King, and of course, number 13. This book stressed me out, but all was well in the end. If you have not read the Cruel Prince series, I highly recommend it. It was so good. I actually have on my list, like, for next year to read, I think it's The Prisoner's Throne, and there's another one. I forget if that's the second one or the first one, but there's like a spin-off series of I think The Stolen Heir. There's a spin-off series of The Cruel Prince, but in the same world, and so I really want to read that. Next is actually a series I'm currently in, The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. This book, I had heard such good things about it, and I kept looking at it on my shelf every single time I would go to pick a new book. I just kept passing by it because it was not at all what I thought it was going to be. Just reading the name, I was like she just heals in a prison. It's a lot more than that. I'm actually audiobooking the third book right now, The Blood Trader. So this is the first book. If you've been putting this off, please read this book. It is so good. You will want to read the entire trilogy. Beautiful. So you can guess, this is number 14. And then at 15, I have The Gilded Cage. And then already, I'm assuming I haven't even finished the book, that The Blood Trader is going to be next after that. So the whole trilogy is amazing. Alright, coming in at 17, I finally have all the physical books for these, is the Belladonna series. So this one is number 17. And then, who would have guessed, the second book is 18, and the last book is 19 on my list. Why did I read this? I had it for a while, but I think I picked it up because my friend read it, and she was like, yeah, it's really good. So I was like, I trust a spoken review. So cool. The plotline is amazing. I love death. Who would have thought? Definitely read this. It's very interesting. And then I would also say that Foxglove is my next favorite because we are introduced to Fate, who is Death's brother, and that just creates so many amazing issues. And then in the last one we get to see, what is her name? Yikes. Signa. Okay. We get to see Signa's cousin Blythe and her story. So just all in all, it's a win on either side, and just a moment for the covers because they're beautiful. All of those were relatively easy for me to choose, which was my favorite, but now as we're getting into the last 5, it was a little harder for me to pick, because these weren't my favorite books, but like I had to choose something, right? So at number 20, we have All This Twisted Glory by Tahereh Mafi. I love this series. I did just read, this is the 3rd book, but I did just read the 4th book that came out, which was A Spiral of Fate? Yes, I think. But this is the 3rd one. I really like this one. As you can see, I tabbed it up. I enjoyed This Woven Kingdom. I really loved Infinite Threads, and then this one was also enjoyable, and then I kind of went back down in the 4th book because there was like so much angst, but to the point of like, this is getting annoying. There's gonna be a 5th book. I just feel like we're really dragging it at this point, and it's not that I have an issue with long books. I've read the Throne of Glass series, so I feel like I don't have an issue with big books. I just have an issue with when the story isn't progressing anywhere, but we'll see. But I do remember liking this one, so I will finish the series. I mean, I'm already 4 books deep. Might as well. These actually might switch. I might switch Twisted Glory with this one once I finish it. But I'm currently reading The Poppy Wars, and I can already tell I'm going to like it. I am on page 181. This is a pretty heavy book. Like, it looks not that much, but it's taking me a bit to get through, even though I really like it, and I consider that I'm flying through it for my reading pace, but it is taking me a little bit longer. So once I lock in, but I do see that it is a trilogy, so I do like it. I can see that this is probably gonna be higher than this Twisted Glory, but we have to wait till I finish it. Okay, the next few I don't have. Number 22 is going to be First Time Caller. I got this on my birthday trip in Fredericksburg just because I was like, I deserve a birthday book while I'm out here. And it was really cute. It was a really cute book. It made it onto the list. It just was not my favorite. I think I am really out of my romance era. So I had it and I gave it to Half Price Books because it was okay. It was good. Next at 23, I wanted to love so much is A Tempest of Tea. This one really let me down. I really thought I was going to enjoy it more, but I was just a little confused. Maybe I'm not as smart as I thought I was because there was a lot of big words. It was like complicated. It was a complicated read. I think the second book is out. I will probably audiobook that, but just the storyline itself, I was a little confused. But if I give it another chance, I think I could enjoy it. But I think for the expectations I had for it, it did let me down a little bit. Right, we're at the last ones. We are at number 24 and 25. I'm gonna make a quick switcheroo. I did have one in place of 24, but I'm actually gonna switch it. So for the 24th book is Dance of Thieves. Don't upset me right now. I have had this book on my shelf for years, and in my head it was a completely different book. Like it was like a dance. Leave it to me to take things too literally. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was just a little disappointed. It felt like a huge book for the amount of content in it. And there is the next book, Vow of Thieves. Maybe I will listen to that in the future, but as of right now, it let me down. The last book on the list, number 25, is going to be A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I like her books. Funny enough, this is a book by her called Geekerella, and I loved it. It was so funny. It was so lighthearted. I love this book. But whenever I read A Novel Love Story, which I think was meant for an older audience, I didn't like it as much. I think I was confused. I could have gone with the fact that she was like stuck in a storybook, but just the ending, I was like, what's happening? Like the twist, everything was too complicated for it to just be like, oh, this is just a cute little romance. Like I felt like I was like, what? Like, okay, I'm saying like a lot. It's taken into the story, and then at the end I was like ripped out of it because I was like, what's happening? But aside from that, it was good. I know I disappear for a bit of time during the year, but I'm happy that I always come back and do a book wrap up at the end of the year, so y'all know I'm good. So these are completely out of order, but these were some of my top 25 books of 2025. My next video is going to be 26 books I want to read in 2026. So I'm looking forward to that. I hate doing these wrap-ups because it makes me realize how many books I've read and that I can never read them again for the first time, especially these series. Wait. Cruel Prince? Is this Cruel Prince? Okay, these series. But I love my lineup this year. I think these are the best books, best series I have read ever. Like I think that this was a really good lineup this year. So I'm happy with what I read. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you did enjoy. Make sure to catch the next video where we see what books I'm hopefully going to read in 2026. And bye.